coming at Rasmus. He had one Solana Starfletcher just on the very edge of the red zone that he could fit in there. And Rasmus actually managed to stabilize, almost came back. But geez, I don't remember his name, the instant 2-2 Plax guy?
Plax Manta.
Right, the Plax Manta came out at the end of the turn to provide him one additional attacker he needed to push through the last point of damage. So Rasmus fought back from having his second Karoo Dream leash with like 5 guys on the board the next turn to becoming within a turn of stabilizing and turning the game around. So it was a very, very exciting match.
All right.
But it was pretty cool. And now we have Quentin Martin and Christian starting at the table. So let's throw back to there.
All right, yeah, let's go back to the hero table, as we call it. Quentin Martin has won 2 games. Christian Huttenberger has won 2 games. And there is 1 spot left in the semifinals, and whoever wins this game will get it. Quentin Martin is on the right of your screen, an English player who's been really a fixture of limited formats. He's the guy that really innovated the Dampened Thought deck back in the Kamigawa block drafting. He's been winning money at Pro Tours for a while and Grand Prix. Finally got his breakthrough finish into the top 8. On the left of your screen, Christian Huttenberger, who was forced to mulligan down to 6 in this game. A German player playing in his first individual Pro Tour ever. He did play Pro Tour Atlanta last year, but really a tremendous experience. Really the Cinderella story in this top 8.
Have you had a chance to watch him play at all? I have not actually. He flew under my radar most of day 2.
Yeah, he came up from the bottom and sort of won out at the end to make top 8. So I saw part of one match. I think was all that I saw. I don't have a read on what he's been drafting, what he's been having success with. Christian has got, how many colors is he playing? He's playing 4 colors. And the way these games have gone so far is that if Christian can get his mana to work out, he's in really good shape. But if he doesn't, he's got trouble.
Christian has mountains.
Yeah, look at this. You've got a Signet and a Karoo for Christian so far. Demon's Gesture was Quentin Martin's first play, so he's not applying a tremendous amount of pressure. He's sort of giving Huttenberger time to set up.
Quentin was so distraught after the first round to get back. I think he had maybe
no deck.
He had no deck. He had maybe 2 or 3 cards that are defined as playable. And I think maybe a couple of mana fixes here or there, but the deck really came together for him in the next 2 packs. Most
especially
notably in Descent,
he got the Rakdos hookup.
He got the Rakdos hookup. He has Lizolda, the Blood Witch, but he said he thinks that card's overrated. He doesn't think it's. He did take it as
really good.
He did take it as a first pick. I mean, not so overrated that he didn't first pick it.
Okay.
But he hasn't been impressed with it. I don't know if it's factored into any of these matches yet. Interesting. I'll have to check with John on that.
So I never did get to finish my story about the lunchtime entertainment. After this game ends, we do have some videos queued up for your lunch. The 2 of them actually, which I think are going to be really fun. One is Worlds 1997, which was won by Jakob Schlemmer. The Czech player, Jakob Schlemmer, who
played this weekend.
Who played in this tournament this weekend, and there's actually a really nice piece in there where there's footage of Jakob in Prague. Sort of the ESPN camera crew came out. It was an ESPN show back in '97. So
I don't know if I've seen that since 1997.
Yeah, I don't think I have either.
I don't think I looked at that when we were doing all the footage out at Seattle last year.
So that's queued up. And then the other half of the lunchtime entertainment is the finals of the Booster Draft Pro Tour for a full Invasion block.
Oh, that's very
exciting. Which was also a European Pro Tour. It was Pro Tour Barcelona. Kai Buddha versus Alan Comer. So you get to see what those guys did with the full block for the last gold set. So yeah, that's what's queued up for lunch. Buddha versus Comer and Jakob's Worlds. Should be pretty good. And then we'll be back after lunch with the semifinals and the rest of this Pro Tour, of course. Meanwhile, Quentin Martin attacking Slaughterhouse Bouncer, Demon's Jester, and now he adds, is that Hammerfist Giant?
No, that's Sadistic Augur Mage's retarded cousin.
Oh, I'm sorry. I couldn't get a good look at the art. The Nat Alley Creeper. Have not seen a lot from Huttenberger here yet, though. Just that Benevolent Ancestor.
I see some pretty good cards on
Quentin's
hand on the table. He's got a red Eidolon that he can get some real use out of. If he gets out to it, he can really. If he doesn't get anything else other than that Benevolent Ancestor out there, that red Eidolon is going to be able to prevent it from blocking for a couple turns here. We've got
meanwhile
Mortify and
Tetrahydrox.
We might see an Eidolon battle here.
Tetrahydrox not so good against Benevolent Ancestor.
And does he have Nettling Curse in his hand?
I was really happy with it. I was like, man, I'm a genius for running that one in.
Did he just accidentally draw a card off the sideboard?
That card was really good. I'll show you at the end of the game. Oh, I know, it's all normal.
He just drew a card off his sideboard accidentally.
He drew Nettling, and he said, I'd be a genius for sideboarding that in because the card would have actually been pretty good in this situation where he would have had to take 3 every time he blocked with the Benevolent Ancestor.
Funny. Yeah, the judges had just moved his deck to the other side of the table. The playmats only have room for the deck on one side, of course. Funny. Now they have moved his sideboard well away from, from the play area.
What did he draw over the Nettling Curse? Looks like he drew a land.
Yeah.
Which he just played. An interesting looking hand on the other side.
What was it?
I'm trying to get a quick glimpse. He keeps moving it around. I see a Fist of Ironwood. I see some red-green card. What do we think?
Oh, that's what that red-green card was. What's the best red-green card in the format?
I would guess that it's Scab Clan Mauler.
Huh.
No?
No.
No? I guess then it's got to be Savage Swish. That's the only card other than Scab Clan Mauler I want to play in red-green.
It even says Savage right there on the card.
Oh, this was a sort of a release event for a lot of players.
Sure.
And Savage Twister was a big card at the last time there was a limited Pro Tour.
Oh, the
originally
Mirage
printed in
Pro Tour.
Mirage, and people were playing that card as an instant. People were taking damage from it. Yeah, everyone. That was the pre-release. The Mirage Pro Tour in Atlanta.
Meanwhile, Quentin Martin attacks with Demon's Jester. Gets through for 1 point of damage.
Could be in for a fairly long match here.
Board does seem to have sort of bogged down. That's got to be good for Huttenberger, right?
Yeah, certainly board bogged down. Quentin's going to have to commit more creatures to the board. I mean, it sounds like from what John said earlier that these guys, that all the boards have gotten mucked up and really come down to, one guy, sneaking through or poking the other with popsicle sticks for a point of turn. But Quentin's going to try to, he's got an Eidolon, an Austere Thrall, and a Benevolent Ancestor, that he's got to get around. But he has to put more guys on the board, and then he's going to play right into that Savage Twister. I don't know. We'll have to check with John on the floor to see if the Savage Twister's factored in, if it's factored in any games. He might not have even seen it yet.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like he has seen it once. He knows it exists. It came up to sweep the board in a game that Quentin was going to lose anyway. Interestingly, though, there's no green mana on Kristen's side of the table. Savage Twister's not actually relevant.
Missing the 4th color.
There it is.
Right on.
And there's the Savage Twister.
You can hear the German contingent cheering.
Yeah, we'll have to see if we can get our cameras to get a shot. The setup in this arena is actually really cool. I mean, we're in a hockey arena, so it's got the giant scoreboard with sort of the big full-screen TV on the cube and the scoreboard. There's like the Jumbotron in the middle of the stage. And so the fans are actually arrayed in the bleachers watching on the Jumbotron.
If our heads weren't big enough normally, they were up on the Jumbotron when we were doing our introductions.
Oh, yeah.
I asked Craig to get a picture for us.
Oh, yeah. That's cool. There's the Jumbotron.
You guys can see
set up in the middle of the floor.
This is where the local hockey team,
Yep.
plays. Rooms have been a little chilly. We're on a thing of
ice
ice
under this thing.
Yeah, under the floor.
Meanwhile, Savage Twister finishes resolving. Quentin Martin is forced to scoop up all of his creatures, and Christian was actually able
Christian
to.
Christian is not able to. He had a Dimir House Guard, so he was able to regenerate that, and I believe he was able to prevent damage to his ancestor. So he did it for just enough.
Pretty effective Savage Twister there. Yeah, he Savage Twistered for 3. That was enough to kill everything Quentin had. Ancestor doesn't even need to save itself. He's able to keep it back to, maybe Quentin will play a Petrohydrox or something. I can bounce it. Savage Twister, very effectively used by Christian Huttenberger. Game 5, so whoever wins this game goes to the semifinals and takes on Aaron Brackman.
Plays Fist of Ironwood on Dimir House Guard, but Quentin
So there's
not so fast because he's got a mortify.
Pretty effective use of Mortify.